Welcome inside the Anderson Family Ice Arena in Golden Valley, where this afternoon Blake looks to start 2025 as it ended 2024 and continue its recent success over longtime rival Breck. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bill Hupp, alongside my broadcast partner Dan Ficken. And Dan, Breck and Blake, two private school powerhouses, longtime rivals. It's one of those games where you throw out the records whenever these two teams meet.
They don't like each other very much, too. It's some back and forth. Plus, the two coaches, Dave Maley at Wisconsin and Rob McClanahan at Minnesota, they don't like each other either. So it's right down the pike from the coaches to the players.
And one of the players that Blake will look to lead the line is a guy who's had a lot of success against Breck the last 2 years in Landon Bell.
Yeah, he's had a really good season, 8 goals, 5 assists, lining it up, and he's got 8 goals on 8 shots, so he's making them all count. Big guy, big power forward type of guy. He's going to force himself in, creates a lot of room in front of the net for himself.
4 goals and 7 assists in his freshman and sophomore seasons against Breck. He'll look to continue that run of success this afternoon. Meanwhile, on the other side for Breck, it's all about Garrett Trench, who's coming off his best game of the season against St. Paul Academy.
Yeah, 3 goals and 3 assists. Fast, moves good shot. Gets himself into the situation where he can score. He's a good player, moves well.
It should be an interesting game between these two longtime rivals. It's the latest installment of Blake versus Breck. We'll have it next for you on CCX.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
Welcome inside Breck Anderson Ice Arena here in Golden Valley this afternoon for a clash between the Breck Bears, or the Blake Bears, I should say, and the Breck Mustangs. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bill Hupp alongside Dan Ficken. Blake in their traditional royal blue uniforms with the green lettering and trim, and Breck in the home whites with the navy blue helmets and breezers, blue lettering and gold trim on their jerseys as we drop the puck here in the opening period in what should be a spirited and entertaining contest here, Dan.
Well, these are two rivals. They don't like each other, and it's going to be, doesn't matter what the records are when they get together. It's a tough game, so we'll see how it starts here with Blake getting down in the zone real quick on the Mustangs.
Blake having the better of the seasons so far as Breck gets it into the zone, snaps off a shot. It's turned aside by Fuzz Offet, the goalie for Blake. I'll show you his numbers shortly as Blake gets it into the zone, loses it in the high slot, and Breck turns and reverses course through their captain, Ben Amato. Amato tries to walk his way through, and he's bumped off the puck, and Blake will send it back the other way. Blake coming in, riding a 5-game winning streak. They're 7-4 on the season, after having a 2-24 year last year under former Olympian Rob McClanahan. In his second season, as it's banged off the end boards, Blake trying to put a good forecheck on now. There's a shot snapped off, save made. Connor Briand puts it on target, so 1 shot apiece here in the early going as that's deflected out of the zone and all the way down for the Bears to touch up. Icing is called, and we'll do a draw back down to the other end. Well, as we take a look at the Blake goalie, Fuzz Offet, 5-3 on the season, .237 goals against average, a .929 save percentage, and 2 shutouts for the senior netminder. Both goalies have played Jake Ewan, whose brother, incidentally, Nick, is a senior on Breck. So his mother, Gina Ewan, with divided loyalties here this afternoon. But he's played a little bit this year, but mostly Fuzz Offet has been the man in net for the Bears as it's tipped to the far boards and played on ahead. 2-on-1 for Breck, but Blake deals with that well. On the backhand now, this is Landon Bell. We highlighted him in the open. His first effort is turned aside. And it's all the way down, and the puck is iced again. So you were saying before, Dan, you think it's going to be a competitive game between these two longtime rivals.
Well, I thought it was, as we look at Isaac Wynn here, .859 save percentage. That's something to worry about a little bit, but he does have 2 shutouts, but it's going to take an outstanding game for him to keep the Bears off the scoreboard here.
Yeah, they played a very tough schedule to open the season, did Breck. 0-5 to start, playing the likes of Proctor, Orono, Delano. And in those 5 games, Dan, they gave up 5 and 6 goals in every single one of those losses. So defense was the problem, but in these last 2 of 3 games, they've won 2 of 3, including 2 by shutout. So their 2 wins this year are by shutout. So they've tightened things up defensively, and they are looking to keep things going here at home. These 2 teams will play back at Blake in mid-January. January 14th will be the return visit, as these 2 teams last year, Blake, the last 2 of the last 3 seasons, Blake has swept things, but last year they went 1-on-1, each team protecting its home ice. So the faceoff comes back down in the Blake end, left circle.
Get a good look at Rob McClanahan, former Gopher great
in his
USA Hockey.
His 6th season in charge of the Bears. Like I said, last year 2-24, a down year for them. They're playing up in AA in a really tough section. Obviously, Section 6 with Edina and Benilde and Wayzata. But Blake, as a program, expects to be competing with the likes of Edina and Benilde. As we take a look at the Breck head coach, David Maley, former Wisconsin player in his 3rd season in charge of the Mustangs, looking sharp in that flat cap.
I like that English riding cap. It got a little class.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see you pulling that off, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Us Wisconsin guys like that stuff.
That's right. There's a shot from a sharp angle, and it's out of the zone. Picked up right at the blue line, and Breck forced on back into its own end. Good pressure this from Blake as it's hammered in deep by the alternate captain, Max Vinar. Vinar now handles at center ice. He'll go back to his defensive partner. Snapped ahead here to number 23, Riley Canfield. Backhanded in deep by Briand. Now picked up for Canfield. His shot is gloved and held on to by Isaac Wynn. Good name for a goaltender, Isaac Wynn. He's hoping to have more of those. As you see, nice job just battling, coming off the wall. Breck went with the man who had the wall, kind of puck watching a little bit. And ultimately the shot was saved.
Well, I know how big, Blake is big. They got some 6-footers out there.
Yeah,
and
they
a
sure
lot of
do.
them. I would expect some physical play out of those guys.
Shots. I think the scoreboard operator's fallen down on the shots on goal, because by my count, Blake's had at least 4 and Breck's had 1. Maybe they just don't keep track for the visitors. Who knows?
Well, there's something to be said about home ice advantage.
Yeah, I guess so. Speeding after it into his own end, Liam Brink. He's fought off the puck by the freshman defender, Joseph Abrams, for Breck. Now Abrams, there's some youth on this Breck team, so they're getting some valuable minutes this year, despite starting just 2 and 6. Here's a shot and a left pad save by Offet. Another shot, good job tracking it to the corner by Nick Downing. He's got a goal and an assist this season. Great outlet here. Grant Matushak leaves it for his brother, and it's gloved and held on to. Wonderful save there by Wynn.
Boy, quick glove there. That was a great snapshot about 20 feet out, and boy, it really ripped, but that glove came out really quick. You get a good look at it here.
That's that kind of twin connection as Grant left it for his brother Kellen, who's got 5 goals and nearly had a 6th.
Wonder if they practice that on their outdoor rink.
I'm sure they do, as that shot's deflected up and into the protective netting.
Well, so far, Winslow look pretty good so far. He's been tested pretty hard. And
he has. I've got 5 shots. Scoreboard only has 1. That's 6. As Wynn makes another terrific save, and now he'll ice the puck. 2 more on net. By my count, Breck's got 7 shots on net, and or Blake does rather, and Breck has 2.
Breck's got to get a little more physical with these guys. I don't know if they can handle the size, though.
Yeah, you're right. It's an underrated aspect as they walk on in, and Grant Matuszek has his effort saved again. Blake really pinning him down there with those face-off wins.
Yes.
Dan.
Huge. I mean, you'd never underestimate how important those face-off wins are, and they're really taking charge. I think they've won at least 90% of them.
Kellen Matuszek tips it in the zone and goes off for a change as Breck tries to exit. And they successfully do. Cooper Klink. Now it's picked up here by Ian Grussing. Stolen away by Jack Mark. He gets it ahead here for Landon Bell. Bell has it taken off his stick. Good poke check to knock it free. Bounding puck couldn't be settled, just out of the reach of Garrett Trench, who we highlighted in the open. Nice job of skating here by Klink as he regains the zone. Centering pass goes off the skate of Trench. Or you might say off of Trench foot. Trench's foot.
I knew somewhere along the line you'd throw that in there, Joe.
I was going to say. Well, there was no more appropriate time than right there.
I agree totally. Oh, man.
Yeah. Blake regains possession and regroups in their own zone with Axel Bisbee, one of those very tall Blake Bears, sophomore defender. Bisbee with a goal and 6 assists this season. He's got to be 6'3", 6'4" out there for the Bears. Flipped cross corner, and the Bears will change on the fly as we're about 7 minutes gone by here in the opening period between Blake and Breck here on CCX. Saturday afternoon hockey. Passed ahead, but quickly converged upon. Nick Downing loses it. Downing chases it into the corner where it's picked up by Max Vinar. Blake with the alternate captain Vinar stick handling behind his own net. Skated out here by Brink. Rubbed off the puck, and it's picked up now by Owen Van Horn. And watch out, that one flipped up and out of play. So the draw will take place back down in the Mustangs' end. Early impressions as we're about halfway through this first period, Dan.
Right now, I like the Bears. They're coming out of their zone really easily and nice, getting out, not having too much trouble breaking out. And they've been doing some hard forechecking. That size has really been showing itself so far.
They win another draw as it's passed cross ice. There's a snapshot blocker to side. Snapshot from Ian John. Unofficially 9 shots on goal here in this first period for Blake. So Rob McClanahan must have told his boys, get pucks on the net.
One rule of hockey, there's nothing wrong with a shot on net.
No.
Anything can go in at any time. You never know.
Not at all. Speeding into the zone. On his backhand, centering pass. Swept away and all the way down for an icing. It's about the 4th time I think Breck has iced the puck here in this first period.
Well, when you get pressed that hard, you don't have too much choice. Nice move in here, but nice takeoff right there by both the defense there. They put him into the boards, and then they covered the front of the net really nice. Nothing got through.
It's rung around and chopped at. Good job putting the pressure on as Finn Warner keeps it down there. Centering pass from the slot. Pad save made. Wynn is keeping this team in this hockey game so far, and now Amato with a chance. Down the right wing. Drop pass, and the shot, not much on it. Amato tracks it into the near corner. And he has it taken away by Landon Bell. Now a potential chance here.
Landon Bell with that big long reach, boy, that really worked to his advantage there as he got it back down into the Mustang zone.
Now pass ahead, finds its way to Garrett Trench. Trench leaves it behind. Will move to the front of the net. It's intercepted. There's a shot from Amato. I believe it took a piece of Drew Chang, who got in the way of that. Now it's flipped up and into the penalty box, so it'll be a draw down in the Blake end. As Blake had a terrific chance earlier on the backhand in the slot, but a great job by Trench to pressure the shot and force it basically out of the zone.
Well, there's where back checking's important. You got to come back. Hockey players know that. Don't let your defense hang in there all by themselves. They need you to come back.
Shots unofficially 10-2 as that one snapped on net. Breck's had more shots, but they have not reached the Offet in the net. They've been blocked, so by my count, at least 3 blocks as a stick goes flying. And we've got our first penalty, interference. So Breck, I believe, is going to go on the power play after a penalty taken by Max Vinar. Maybe not the smartest one to toss your opponent's stick 30 feet in the air. As we take a look at this one, Vinar getting mixed up, and he just lifted it out of his hands, basically.
Well, it was just a good strong stick lift. Unfortunately, I don't think the Breck player was holding on to it too strong, so it looked more egregious than what it was, to be honest with you. This is one area where the Mustangs got to get better. They're only cooking at 14% here. They need to get that up into the 25% range.
That's right, as that's deflected to the corner. Breck, like you said, 14.3 on the power play. Meanwhile, Blake killing off 89% of their penalties they've taken, which is pretty good. Pretty good total. And they'll get fresh penalty killers on the ice as Jack Mark doing a nice job putting pressure on down in the other end. Cross-ice pass finds its way to Jack Draws. Now it's Amato who loses it. There's a shot. That's the best look they've had all day.
Yeah.
Cooper Klink tried to go 5-hole, and it was saved.
It was a good screen shot. And goalie was looking good here, but you can see it came in between the defenseman's legs as it came through.
Because Amato had left it, and I like the decision to just fire off a quick one. As once again, Breck wins the draw. They hold the zone here with a man advantage and 1:05 left. There's a shot from the circle, from the dot. 1:06 left as another save made by Offet.
Well, most clean goals are goal by you getting the puck to a spot where the goalie can't get to quick enough.
We talked about Blake having allowed just 1 goal in their last 4 games and 3 straight shutouts. They have not allowed a goal now in 180 plus minutes as Amato is offside entering the zone. Think about that, 180 straight minutes and counting in which since they last allowed a goal. So you talk about the defensive
that's almost 10
effort.
Periods.
Yeah,
that's 10 periods of hockey.
Yeah, well, it's more. Yeah, 17 on
minutes.
The clock. So
yeah,
that's incredible. That's basically nearly 11 periods, straight periods. Draw one back by Breck and Wesley Robbins, but unfortunately it's all the way back down into his own end.
Oh boy.
So 47 seconds left, and their power play looks a little disorganized as they get into the zone and try to set back up. Back up to the center point through traffic. Screen was there. Good save by Offet. He's made 3 of them on this power play so far. Offet rings it around the boards perfectly into the path of Grant Matuszek. He's checked off the puck, however, and it's back into the zone with Owen Van Horn. Another shot, and this time Offet decides to just melt it down with 14 seconds left on the power play.
Well, it's a good play just to slow it down and just stop the play and get reset here, but good opportunity here for Breck. Good shot there. That was kind of a flutter puck going in.
Yeah, it was. I think maybe one more pass around the horn, and that guy could have walked into the right circle and shot, but ultimately Mustangs win the draw once more. 8 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Snapped across to the right circle, but a heavy touch, and it's into the path of Landon Bell as the penalty expires. We're back to full strength. Bell tracks it down to the end board. Centering pass, he's got a man right in front. Puck is loose, Wynn dives on it. And they have finally blown the play dead. Oh man, though, he had James Thornton on the doorstep.
He did.
There's a great back pass. You see Thornton 20 going right to the front of the net like he should, and it was just a little behind him.
But that was on the stick that he drove, but yet he kept battling, and he got that puck loose from the goalie and almost causing some problems there. And some of the fans here from the blue side were not happy with Blake because they thought, they should have let it go.
Yeah, well, they did blow it pretty early. It looked like maybe Jack Draws just sat on it, but another save after the shot from the point by Ian John. Now the Blake forecheck can't hold the zone. Breck battling hard. Meanwhile, we've got a whistle and a stoppage as the play is offside. My count, shots are 12-6 in favor of Blake as Rob McClanahan looks on with 5:17 to go first period. Well,
good up and down pace right now.
Yeah, considering these two teams have between them pitched 5 shutouts in their combined last 6 games, you figure it wasn't going to be a high-scoring affair. And thus far, the goalies have played well.
Yeah, they really have.
In the right wing corner, kind of flubbed on the pass, and that'll allow Bell to pick it up. Tried to feed Eli Crosby, but it missed his man, and draw will come back down in the Bears' end.
Well, nothing wrong with that play. You want to try and get that wide side wing going because generally they're open. If it doesn't click, generally it's an icing, but that's what you want to do. That generally gets you down there quick and open, and sometimes will create an odd man rush.
Good crowd on hand, as you might expect from a rivalry of this longevity, this history. Great centering pass, deflected off the side of the cage. So Breck still trying to keep things buzzing down here as Jack Mark reverses course. Blake trying to exit the zone, they can't. Robbins puts it on net, good save by Effett. Both goalies have been tested here in the opening period.
I like the way the Mustangs are back checking, though. They're not surrendering the zone. They're not surrendering the neutral zone. They're fighting all the way through.
Drop pass, shot, big save, Wynn once more. Another shot, another save. A follow-up, open net, scrolling save made by Wynn. The puck somehow still stays out until it doesn't because Blake just scored. I believe it's going to be Grant Matuszek who gets credit for the goal. The greasiest of goals gives the Bears a 1-0 lead.
He just stood in there and just kept whacking away and just would not give up on it. You get a good shot there.
Juicy rebound. Another great save.
Another great save right there. And finally he reaches over the goalie Matuszek and puts it in. But he's stuck to his ground. He's not the biggest guy there. But he kind of hung in there and got a stick on it and put it away for the Bears.
So it's 13-11 the time of the goal, an even strength tally from Grant Matuszek, his 8th of the season, assisted by his brother Kellen and by Jack Mark, who get their 6th assists respectively, both of them. And Blake, goal coming at 13-11 of the opening period. Blake strikes first and takes a 1-0 lead. Probably deserved, considering they've outshot him 15-7 in this opening period. But that's not always the tale of the tape, as we know. So we'll see if this Breck can respond before the end of the period, or this puts a little jump in the step of Blake. 1-0 our score now. And you just saw how Grant Matuszek just went right to that right post, and he just sat there and waited for the puck for an opportunity, and when he had it, he took advantage. Good glove save made there by Fuzz Offet. And he hangs on and takes the whistle.
It was a good save considering all the action that's been down in the Mustang zone. Sometimes the goalie can get a little, shall we say complacent or whatever, and not ready for it to come right back at him, but he made a nice save there right on top of it.
Draw will take place to his right. It's won by Breck. And whistle has stopped play because the net got knocked off its moorings. Just one penalty. You kind of worry sometimes that in these games, these rivalry games of heightened emotions, that one team is, or both, are going to lose their cool, and you're going to see a lot of penalties. It'll be feisty. But it's been feisty in a good way here this afternoon. Both teams competing hard. As Blake chips and chases with Liam Brink. Brink still on it, good strength, gets it to his teammate Canfield along the end board. Centering pass goes back to the point. Doesn't end up reaching the Breck netminder. Zone held once more. Canfield through traffic, and a good job of being square to it by Wynn.
Well, the Mustangs are doing a good job of tying up the Bears in front of the net there. He's been able to see the puck and make the save. He hasn't been blocked out too much.
By my count, that's the 16th shot for Blake that Wynn has faced. He saved 15 of them in this first period. Another shot and another save. Off the draw, Kellen Matuszek trying to get on the score sheet.
Never underestimate the value of good goaltending, by God. They can keep you in a game when you have no right to be in the game, and he's been tremendous.
You can see all the rubber marks on his jersey from the shots he's faced. Centering pass off the skate. Good job keeping it. Back out to the point. Thrown in front. It's loose on the backhand. Win there. And he makes the stop. Blake still on it. In the right wing corner this time. Grant Matuszek, the goal scorer. Centering pass and a beauty. And his brother was right there trying to tap it in.
Boy, the Bears all of a sudden have just got an extra step. They're really putting the pressure on here with a minute 30 left. Playing down in the Mustang zone here. Good move back to the front there.
Yeah. And these offensive zone wins have been key for the Bears as well. Loose in the slot. Good job tying it up. Once again, it gets out to the front. I've been really impressed with how Blake has gotten, as we see a little bit of feistiness now, but Blake has done a great job of getting the puck in deep and then putting it into dangerous areas, right out in front, and forcing Wynn to deal with it.
They're not even looking at back of the slot. They're just putting it out there, knowing that at least one Bear's going to be there.
And we've got a penalty as Landon Bell will go. Second penalty of the game. Both have been on Blake.
Yeah, well, they got a guy in there for the Mustangs, too.
Oh, coincidental minors, my favorite. Jack Draw is going for...
You guys sit down and call it cool off.
Roughing the call at 15:39. You know, you were saying as it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the next couple minutes. Back out above the circle, gloved and held on to by Offet, who somehow saw that through traffic and held the puck. 56 seconds to go, first period. Shots 18-9 in favor of Blake, and they lead it on the scoreboard 1-0. Draw will come to the left of Offet.
Big draw here for the Mustangs. Offet's been really good in the net for the Bears so far, though. They haven't really gotten anything clean on him. When they have, he's stopped it.
He has. Offet has been on it. 43 seconds to go. We'll cycle the puck here. Canfield to Matuszak. His pass intercepted and then wired back in by Trench. Puck left behind the net. Vinar somehow gets it ahead to Jack Mark. Mark's got an assist this afternoon. Blake still keeping possession with 17 seconds to go. Puck tied up in the right wing corner of the Breck zone. Thrown on net.
Ooh.
Wynn had to be live to it as Kellen Matuszak flung it on net. But a great kind of a save that made him jump on that rising shot.
Looks like it had short side all the way through on that, too. I think it was a good save. I don't think it would have hit the net. It would have gone in. And you get a good look at it. But that glove was low and then it's in between.
10 seconds left and Blake scores! The Bears double their lead off the draw. And it's Liam Brink who gets his first of the season.
The value of winning faceoffs. The value of winning faceoffs right there.
The junior defenseman, draw was won, and he just beat Wynn short side off the draw win.
Just a nice backhander, a good hustle play, and it found the short side.
Sorry, Dan. Unassisted. The tally as that goal was scored with 7 seconds left. And Blake all of a sudden goes into the first intermission with a 2-goal lead.
Well, I think that's well-deserved for the way they played this period. They deserve that 2-goal lead. It could have been worse, but thanks to Wynn and the other side for the Mustangs. But so far, the 2-0 score reflects how this game has been.
Shots were 20-9 in favor of Blake in an entertaining first period. And the Bears go to the break, leading 2-0 here on CCX.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
Back here at Anderson Family Ice Arena in Golden Valley. One period of play in the books between Blake and Breck, and the Bears lead the Mustangs 2-0 on the scoreboard as we take a look at our first period highlights. And it got going early for Blake as it was nearly Matuszak to Matuszak, but a nice glove save by Isaac Wynn, who played really well. 18 saves in that first period for Breck. Mustangs had a few chances of their own, but they were handled cleanly by Fuzz Offet. And then Wynn with some incredible saves, but eventually it was poked in. Great job being right where he should be by Grant Matuszak. And then with 7 seconds left in the period, Blake doubled their lead. Liam Brink with his first of the season to put the Bears up 2-0. As we take a look at first period stats, shots were 20-9 in favor of the Bears. They had the better of the scoring chances, and you and me, Dan Ficken, were talking off air. It's could have been a lot worse were it not for the terrific play of the netminder Isaac Wynn.
Yeah, he's been absolutely terrific all over, and he's had to be. I said move up and down. They've had real trouble holding on to that size of the Bears. That's really been an advantage for them down in the offensive zone. Created a lot of problems for them and created a lot of shots for the Bears.
Yeah, a lot of multiple chances too with rebounds and whatnot. So Breck's still in this one, trailing 2-0. But Blake threatening to pull away. We'll see if they can do that in the second period. Back with Puck Drop momentarily from Golden Valley here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Bill Hupp and Dan Ficken back as the Blake Bears look to build on their 2-0 lead over Breck. We get set to drop the puck on the second period. Rob McClanahan has to be pretty pleased with what his team has shown as they try to win their 5th straight and 7th in their last 8 games. David Maley, meanwhile, you wonder what he said to his kids in the halftime locker room. They battled really hard, but 2 goals allowed in the last 3.5 minutes have changed the complexion of this game, Dan.
Well, they got to start winning faceoffs. That's the first and most important thing. And secondly, they got to get more aggressive. They're allowing the Bears to have too much time with that puck and control, and they got to control it a lot more than what they did.
So the two teams will swap ends. The girls' game between Blake and Breck will follow. Another 2 more traditional powerhouses in girls hockey especially, as the opening draw is forced into the Breck end. Centering pass, but nobody was home. Flipped out to center ice where it's gloved down, and then Blake will go D-to-D with it. Hughes to Thornton. Picked up here by Kellen Matuszak. Matuszak brothers, the line starting out there, so they're starting the second line against Breck's top line. Coincidental Miners still being served, by the way, by Bell and by Trench. As it's flipped out, or rather Bell and Draws. Those should be over shortly. Good pressure, good forecheck put on. And it's banked off the far boards and into the zone where it's iced. So the face-off, as the Coincidental Miners expire, will take place down in the right circle of the Blake zone. 18 saves made by Isaac Wynn in that first period. Meanwhile, Fuzz Offet made 9, stopped all 9 of the shots that he faced. Off the draw, it's one on back, thrown on net, pad to the side. No screen in front of Offet, so it was comfortable for him. But a good draw win for Breck as they try to get cooking. Chip and chase for Bell. Centering pass. A sharp angle shot hits the side of the net. It's played on out to the right point. Now intercepted. 3-on-2 for Breck if they hurry. They come into the zone, slid across, but ultimately Owen Van Horn could not get a shot off. Van Horn picks it up now in the right circle. Centering pass again, and it's a beauty, but right under the stick of his intended target, Cooper Klink. Those two were definitely on the same page early. Breck, a little jump in their step, as you might expect, coming out of the second period.
Well, they needed to. They got to turn the momentum around here and really get something positive going for themselves here, being down 2-0.
Indeed. 2 minutes gone by in the second period as David Maley looks on. Two great hockey players in their own right, obviously, back in the day. Off the draw, zone held by Blake. Arm stays down, sharp angle shot, good save by Wynn. Another opportunity, and rising shot could not pick out the corner.
Good look by the D, though. He got his head up and took a good look, saw that upper left-hand corner open, and he took a shot at it.
Yeah, Bisbee's playing
nice
well,
hit.
but he just gets absolutely rocked by George McBean. Thrown on net on the other end, meanwhile, and it's gloved and hailed onto by Offet.
Now we're starting to see some physicality coming on here.
Yeah.
Get a good look here.
Yeah, not far away. I mean, it looked like Offet had it covered, and then a big hit laid by Breck, and that led to a chance on the other end. Off the draw, it's out of the zone into neutral ice. Picked back up, though. Mustangs drive the net. Collide with the goalie, but ultimately no shot. There's an opportunity. Not sure he saw it very well, Offet, but he got a glove on it. And now Blake able to exit the zone. Jack Mark down the left wing, forces it in deep. Grant Machuchek battling down there. Amato sweeps it along, but only as far as the right point. Snap shot, gloved and held on to by Wynn, who will take the whistle.
Good save by Wynn and good hold, too. They needed a break. They needed to get a line change there. They were getting tired. They've been trapped in the zone a little bit there.
Brandon Bell taking the face-off for Blake. Board battle along the left half wall.
So far, Breck's been winning some faceoffs, but then they lose the puck as soon as they win the faceoff there.
Off the end of the net, or the back of the net, I should say, swept away by Joseph Abrams. Into the zone off the skate of Amato. Yeah, you're right, just a little bit of sloppiness as Bell tries to get there. Manages to lift the stick of Amato. Good pressure here by Joe Erickson. Now it's behind the net with Abrams. He's going to be a good player, very skilled, but still young as a freshman. Centering pass to a hard-charging Bear, as I finish my thought. Eli Crosby was crashing the net, and he knocked the posts off their moorings.
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, he literally crashed the net.
Yeah, that's right.
We see a good opportunity right there.
Great centering pass. I like how much the Bears are putting the puck on the net, whether it's passing or otherwise.
Yep.
Face-off will take place actually outside of the Breck end. It's won by Breck once more, but again, that second and third pass betraying them. Drew Chang drifts back behind his own net. Wheels away from the pressure of the forecheck of Owen Van Horn. Here comes Blake as they enter the Breck zone. Drop pass. Opportunity. Pad save made. Great save to deny Connor Briand. Once again, Wynn standing tall. They have had some, talk about grade A chances.
Well, Coach McClanahan has really done a nice job on the breakout. They have been superb, the Bears have, getting out of their zone. Smooth, putting 1 and 2 passes together to move it out. Nice job by them.
Yeah, whereas Breck, it's just not all fitting together. Winding and firing, and Jack Draws misses it. Blake fans want to call, none coming. Draws will ring it around and go off for a change as it finds his teammate George McBean. This forecheck for Breck, a little more ferocious than in the first period. And Blake having a harder time. You talk about their smooth zone exits, but they've been pinned down in their own end a little bit as well. Tushak can't get there first, so the draw will come back down in the end for Blake.
Well, as soon as I mentioned it, it turns, but boy, I'll tell you, the Mustangs really needed to do that because they got dominated in that first period that way.
Yeah. When we talked about Breck, they finished 14-11-1 last season. They lost to Providence in the section quarters. But Ben Amato, 63 points last year. 32 goals and 31 assists. And he's once again scoring not as many goals this year, 5 goals and 14 assists for Amato. As the faceoff will take place in front of the Mustangs bench, but he's definitely the leading scorer last year. He's their leading scorer this year in terms of points with 19. He's been held quiet this afternoon. No doubt Blake is wary of him. He had a goal and an assist in each of the 2 games between these 2 rivals last year. Swallowed up by the netminder Wynn. Shots 24-11 on my count as we've played just about 6 minutes here in the second period.
Well, Wynn's been on his game, and he's keeping the Mustangs in it. He's looking good. I don't know how much more white's going to be showing on that jersey if this keeps up, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll have more rubber than a road eventually. Through traffic, it's loose in the slot. Another multiple save effort before it's swept off the near side boards. Blake able to recover. Joe Erickson gets it in deep, and ultimately they ice the puck. Once again, getting the puck to the end boards and then throwing it back in front. Look at this. 3 saves, right? 2 saves right there.
Yep. And boy, I tell you, the Bears have got that triangle set up really nice in front of that net. Boy, they know exactly where each wing and center are.
Indeed. As Blake takes a timeout here in the second period.
Coach McClanahan is not happy. He wanted this game to be over, I think, pretty quick here.
Yeah, I was thinking he was hoping that they would start to put some separation between these 2 teams, both of whom are in the IMAC conference, but Breck is a Class A school and Blake a Class AA school. As Coach Amato tries to, Maley tries to sort out his defense. But yeah, if you look at the Breck schedule, every single one of their that's just adorable. Every single one of their losses, they have allowed 6 goals or 5 goals. 6 and 4 of their 6 losses, and
the games they've won, they've scored 6 or better. In the games they've lost, they've gave up 5 or better.
They've given up at least 5, in most cases 6.
Yep.
So it's kind of how it's gone this season defensively, and yet that's no reflection on Wynn. I think he's facing a lot of shots.
Well, I think that's been reflected in this game so far. I mean, my
exactly.
gosh. I mean, look at his jersey. I mean, you get a good look right there. I mean, there's nothing but black marks all over the place.
That's right.
I wonder if that jersey will last the season.
Kind of a badge of honor if it does. And it's not really white afterwards. He gloves another one and takes the whistle.
Well, the shame in that is you know, if you're watching, you see what a goaltender he is. He's a good goaltender.
Yeah, it's not reflected in the stats, is
No.
it?
No, it's not.
Except, you know, on the number of saves.
.234 shots on goal he did coming into this game that he's seen.
And faces another one as he turns that aside. By my count, it's the 29th shot that he has faced here this afternoon. Breck into the zone, snap shot, and they score! It's Garrett Trench, the captain, crossed the blue line, took a shot, and it went in to get Breck on the scoreboard.
It's better to be lucky than good sometimes, and I'll tell you what, get it on net and strange things can happen, and they did that time. You get a good look at that shot. You should have.
Which just went 5-hole and trickled through the netminder, Offet. Certainly one he'd like to have back. But Garrett Trench, his team-leading 9th goal of the season.
Be afraid of number 13s. Look out, they're scary.
Tell you what, this PA announcer is top-notch. And Ben Amato gets credit for the assist. So Amato credited with the assist. Now he's got 5 points. And he's got a penalty coming up.
Yep.
And that was maybe Breck being a little too aggressive trying to equalize this game. So that was an even strength goal at 7:15. Meanwhile, that was a trip on Amato and then another big hit in the corner, but I think they're going to get...
He's chopping at the goaltender pretty hard. I think they're going to get him for a slash.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're going to get Amato. So Ben Amato just trying to push a little too hard.
The adrenaline got a little bit pumped up too hard there.
Yeah, which is understandable. Well, actually, but they've got coincidental minors.
Oh my God. So we're still 5-on-5.
So we're still 5-on-5. No. Grant Matuszak is going to serve the penalty for Blake. Shot from distance. Wynn makes the left pad save. Another chance, another save. Tremendous from Isaac Wynn. 2-on-2 for Breck. Mustangs hoping to tie it up. Instead, the pass is intercepted by Max Vinar, who's played really well this afternoon for the blue and green. They ice the puck, so the draw will take place back down in the Blake end. As we're just about midway through this second period, you see matching number 10s in the penalty box.
Breck still maintaining that momentum now. They're really putting a surge on. They got a little extra jump in their skates right now.
Yeah, they do. They're responding well. We said they came out the better, the stronger, the hungrier of the two teams, as you might expect. And it paid off in a goal. Maybe not how they drew it up, but that's an argument, right, Dan, for why you've got to put the puck on net.
Oh, yeah. Anything can happen. Anything off the net that generally tends to, be a problem. And we got a penalty here.
Another arm up, as I think it's going to be a trip on Blake. It's going to be a hook. And I think it's going to be Theo Littlecote, whose name we really haven't called much tonight. I don't think he's played much, but he gets some ice time, commits the penalty, and now it's going to be 5-on-4. Breck going on the, and he just gets his stick caught up in the legs of the Breck skater. So Littlecote goes for hooking. And that puts Breck on the power play. They're 0 for 1 there this afternoon. Trench from distance. Pad save made. He had a good power play last time. You remember 4 shots, but could not score. They re-enter the zone here. Chopped at and out of the zone. Good forecheck as Eli Crosby will go off just as he was about to start applying pressure, but they forced it in deep, which will kill some time.
Ooh.
Speaking of forecheck, how about the effort there of Joe Eriksson? Eriksson and Bell really making things difficult. Breck able to get into the zone, skating right to left, gloved and held on to. And that's where Offet will take the whistle.
Well, that big long reach really did him well that time too, as he disrupted that breakout by the Mustangs.
And sometimes, right, that's the only goal of the penalty killers up top, is just try to make things uncomfortable and not let them get into their actions smoothly.
Yep, slow the flow.
Yep. Breck wins another face-off draw. Slamming on the break, shot from distance, goes wide up the right half wall. Mustangs still control. Amato walks in, shoots, and not even sure if it reached Offet. But ultimately, the Bears able to clear it down. Still 50 seconds left on this hooking minor as Blake gets fresh penalty killers on the ice. Amato with speed down the right wing. Amato moves middle, shoots, blocker save. So another good effort as Amato gets it, and will throw it on net from distance with a man in Offet's kitchen. So once again, another productive power play as we take a look at the last two shots from this man advantage. And
good
once again,
here.
it's Amato who's making things happen.
Right to the middle, got in the slot. Nice play there, and right there, a good shot too. Nice and low, got down into the pads and almost split him.
And once you see a goal like Trench's go in, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna put more shots on net because we know we can beat him from deep, even if it was just a momentary slip.
Well, maybe shake his confidence up as a shake. If he gives up a second one, maybe shatter his confidence too and open the floodgates.
All right. Still very much a hockey game, obviously, at 2-1. 5 seconds left, so it looks like Blake will kill off a second straight penalty. Walking right down Main Street. Ultimately, Nick Downing was knocked to the ice. Blake able to force it out of the zone. Grant Matuszek. Physical from James Thornton. Thornton recovers. Go to his defensive partner with it. You're definitely right. Blake has had the smoother of the breakouts. As Kellen Matuszak gets it over. Now it's his brother Grant. Feeds a cutting Jack Mark. Nearly a collision in the neutral zone. That shot deflected to the near half wall. Oh, dangerous as Wynn has to dive on that loose puck as Kellen Matuszak was bearing down. 5:37 to go, second period. Breck, the only goal of the period. As you see it come off the wall here, off the netting, and again, Wynn had to be live to it.
Well, Wynn's really paying attention here. He's really had his focus of the entire game here. He's done a good job. That could have been scary if he wasn't paying attention.
So the face-off will come in the left circle. We'll see if doesn't look like anyone's going to get kicked out. Ultimately, Bell wins it. He's been quiet today after scoring like crazy in his freshman and sophomore years. Speaking of Bell, he comes off the wall, fires a quick wrister that Wynn saves, and then Wynn covers the rebound and takes the whistle.
Mustang's got to be careful here, you know, Joe. I'm seeing that weak side wing standing in front of that net, and there's nobody in his kitchen bothering him at all.
Well, and this is a great job, right, of just coming off the wall, turning, and rather than making that pass, trying to catch the netminder napping.
Yep. Good, smart play.
Chopped out to center. Good speed here for Breck. Ian Grussing. Drop pass. They try to go cross ice with it. Amato. Sharp angle shot. It's out to the slot, and then the shot's blocked, and this could be a breakout here. Bell down the left wing, moves middle. Bell shoots and misses the net. Comes up the near side for Grussing, who forces it back out to neutral. Amato putting pressure on as well. Grussing having a great shift. Tipped in the zone by Bell, go off for a change. Blake changing on the fly here with 4.5 minutes to go in the second. Here's Amato. Dipsy-do as he tries to walk his way. Nifty dangles there and forces a save and a cover from the netminder.
All right, just a little warning there for the Mustangs. Get to the front of the net. You never know when it's going to come loose. Nice move right there.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah. Almost caught that short side there, but that little hesitation or miss on that thing, boy, could have been a rebound.
Every inch of ice being contested here this afternoon.
There's no question the goal has put a little jump in the Mustang skates now. So we're having a lot more competitive game back and forth, and I think the tempo's picked up quite a bit now too.
I think so too, and I think Breck has to, if they can go into the second intermission just trailing 2-1, they'll have to feel like, hey, boys, we had the better of that period, and we can. There's no reason why we can't skate with these guys in the third. Face-off coming to the right of Offet. He faces a wicked shot there and makes the save.
Well, throughout the season, the second period has always been the best period for the Mustangs here. They've scored 12 goals in the second period alone, far outshining the first and third period. So.
To the right wing corner, glove down, now a chance for the Mustangs, and again a save by Offet. He's facing a lot more shots here in this second period, though. Oh, nearly into the path of Grant Matuszek. Puck laying on the ice at center, and it's finally hammered in and hammered around by number 6, Jax Jolkowski, whose mother I got the chance to chat with before the game. It was very helpful. Another save made by Offet. Trench was pushed down in the slot, no call. 3 minutes remaining second period. Shots, at least on the scoreboard here, nearly even. I've got them at 33-21. Sharp angle shot, they score! It's the second of the game for Grant Matuszek.
Boy, just good aggressiveness by Matuszek there, and Wynn is just totally unhappy with himself right now, or is unhappy with that giving up the puck down there. That back check, we'll get a good chance. Good work right down here.
Centered again, and Matuszek from an impossible angle beats Wynn to make it 3-1. Another late goal for the Bears.
Left the short side open a little bit. Wynn came through a little bit too high on the sideboard. He should have stuck to the post a little bit tighter, and now he was irritated at himself for that. But good aggressive play by the Bears, and it bears some fruit for them.
I am going to, the official scoring gives it to Erickson and Hughes, but I swear I saw his brother. I just think that's bad scoring, as Kellen Matuszek made that play happen. Centering pass does not find the net. They didn't give a time of the goal, but I believe it was with 3:15 left, so we're going to say 13:45 of the second. Trench fires it wide of the net.
You know, we get an opening there in front in the slot, boy, you got to hit the net. Put the puck on the net, especially when you have both your wingers with you.
Speeding into the zone, Bell on his horse, centers it across. It's whacked out with one hand, so not much on the shot. Rung around, but a good zone hold there by Vinar, who puts it on net with a teammate lurking. Joe Erickson right on the doorstep. So how about Kellen Matuszek's assisted on both of his brother's goals. And Grant Matuszek now with 9 goals on the season. And he has powered this Blake team to a gritty 3-1 lead. Off the draw, the shot swallowed up by Wynn. 35 shots now by my count. So can't say we haven't been entertained.
Well, no, we haven't. have been totally entertained in this game. My gosh.
Hands stay down as Blake able to keep it in the zone. Swept to the near sideboards. Fed on back Vinar. He walks left, shoots. Traffic in front. Wynn makes the stop, and a whistle stops play quickly. I'm not sure if the net got dislodged or what, but Finn Werner didn't seem super happy about it.
That was quick whistle. No question about it.
I think he did dive on it.
He did.
But I think they're trying to limit the amount of extracurriculars, as once again Vinar puts it on net. That goes wide. Leaks to the right half wall. Big collision. Venar from center point, gloved by Wynn through traffic.
Well, a lot of times, too, the referees are looking at safety. That glove hand was out flat in the ice, and all it takes is one good stick shot on it, and it can hurt the hand quite a bit.
No kidding. Blake, their coloring just reminds me, I think Hartford Whalers whenever I see it. Hartford Whalers were more green, but it was similar, very vibrant blues and greens.
Yep.
As that one comes off the end boards, and they have to melt it down, and now we've got some pushing and shoving. George Mark and Jax Jolkowski. We'll see if Jolkowski has to go to the sin bin. He does.
Yeah, there's only going to be one penalty on Jolkowski, so.
Jax Jolkowski, the senior, just goes high with that shot on Mark, and so he's the one. And now I don't know if they're going to be discussing a head thing or what, but hopefully it's just a. Oh, that's a sweet mustache there, Mr.
Okay,
Referee.
they are taking the bear too.
Okay, they're
taking
doing
them both.
All right, I think that's the right call, because Mark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and what I liked about it is they consulted each other. It wasn't just one guy's call. They talked, what do you think, what do you think? And that's the way it should be done. Nice job by the referee crew here.
So Mark and Jolkowski with coincidental minors will stay 5-on-5. I may be a numbers nerd, but this is the second coincidental minors with matching numbers. First one was 10, and now 6.
You got to go to Vegas, dude.
I know, right?
You got to go to Vegas. You'll make money.
What am I doing here? Card counting. Meanwhile, there's still a conversation at center ice between one of the captains for Breck in the form of Jack Draws and then Grant Matuszek.
Oh, we got a double minor. Double minor on Breck.
4 minutes, though.
Yep.
So is he serving consecutive? Well, it looks like 27 is going in the box as well. He'll at least be serving it.
Well, now they put a second 2 minutes up on the board. Okay, they took it off. They're resetting it now. It should be 4 minutes.
We'll sort it out eventually. There's 1:03 left in the second period. 3-1 our score. I did tell Jack's mom that his name was pretty cool, Jax Jolkowski. Well, that's a strong name.
You're just a sweet talker to those ladies. You can't help yourself,
sure.
by God.
For sure.
Dave Mealy's looking for an explanation.
Compliments and puns. This is bad puns. This is what I dispense in equal measure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the life of a broadcaster.
That's right. So now there's 4 Mustangs out there and 5 Blake players. So coincidental minors must have happened after the play, but Jolkowski's penalty will put Breck a man down and Blake on the power play for the first time tonight. Bears are 20% on the power play this season. And Breck, meanwhile, killing off a third of the penalties they take, 66%. Meanwhile, we've got a whistle and a stoppage, and the draw will come back down as second power play unit hops on the ice. We have 30 seconds left, so this will wrap. It'll be about a minute of power play action to start the third period. Blake wins the draw. Good forecheck, though, by Amato. Zone held by Venar. Amato back checking ferociously. Venar back to the middle. They try to go around the circle. And Venar, rather Blake losing it into the zone. Breck charging the net. And I believe it was gloved and held on to. with 4 seconds left. Great job of reading the play by Fuzz Offet.
And staying on it, too. You can see the snow all over his jersey there. Your guy's right on top of him.
Yeah. Trench.
We wanted to call on that, too.
Made Fuzz fuzzy. There's a shot that just goes wide of the right post as time expires here in the second period. This game's not lacking for entertainment. We'll bring you highlights and more conversation about it shortly here from Golden Valley. 3-1 our score in favor of Blake. Blake leading Breck after 2 periods of play here at the Anderson Family Ice Arena on CCX.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
Back here at the Anderson Family Ice Arena, second intermission as Blake and Breck are 3-1 after 2 periods of play. Blake answering the Breck goal that ended a streak of 193 straight shutout minutes for the Blake Bears, but they got one back late in the period to make it a 2-goal advantage once more heading into the second intermission. Let's take a look at our highlights from that second period. And Breck came out flying. Challenged the netminder Fuzz Offet. Blake still did good things offensively as well, but ultimately Breck was the one that had a little bit more fire. Great saving here, and then here's the shot that broke the deadlock and made it a 2-1 game. And Breck continued to pepper the net. They had 11 shots in that second period. Tight angle shot here for Blake. Late made it 3-1. That's how we are heading to our third period of play. Scoring chances 38-21. The shots on goal. It's been a very entertaining game. A lot of those penalties have been just coincidental minors. Blake's first power play still has 57 seconds remaining on it. So they have a chance to really put this game out of reach if they can get on the scoreboard. Power play, special teams has really not been much of a factor, though. Everything has been scored even strength here through the first 2 periods of play. Sets up what should be a very entertaining second period in the first of these 2 rivals, 2 meetings this season. 3-1 our score. Blake leading Breck after 2 periods of play. Back with a third period of action here in Golden Valley on CCX in a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
3-1 our score here after 2 periods of play as we get set to drop the puck on the third period here between longtime private school rivals Blake and Breck in front of a lively, near-capacity crowd here at the Anderson Family Ice Arena in Golden Valley, the home of the Breck Mustangs. The girls' game will immediately follow the boys' game here between Breck and Blake. They've had some battles over the years.
Well, as long as you have a nice full arena, by gosh, take advantage. Get all 4 kid teams out here.
Exactly. Blake has a man advantage for the next minute to start the third period, the first minute of the third period. Well, the first 50 seconds now, technically. So the Bears, as the Music continues to play here. That's probably not part of the plan. They couldn't get the anthem to work, and now they can't get the music to stop, which is confusing. There it is. There's a shot and a save. Couple good saves by Isaac Wynn. Played on back to the point now. 25 seconds left on the roughing minor, and they find the back of the net. And how a snipe from Axel Bisbee. It's 4-1 Blake.
Well, Bisbee fired off at the right moment. Wynn was totally screened on that one. He had no clue it was coming in that corner. It was an accurate shot right on the inside of the pipe on the left-hand side of the net.
Axel Bisbee with a rocket into the upper right corner that Wynn had no chance on. Great pass across, and just a wicked wrister. The assist to Joe Eriksson, which I believe will be his second of the game. Eriksson and maybe one more, but that goal coming, oh boy, 38 seconds into this third period.
Well, now the Mustangs got a real big mountain to climb. They need one here fairly quick to keep, at least give themselves a chance here.
Yep, indeed it is. Bisbee from Eriksson and Landon Bell. So Bell finally gets on the score sheet after being such a prolific scorer in his first two seasons against this Breck Mustangs team. And now it's 4-1 Blake. And that might just about do it. Blake now 1 for 1 on the power play here this afternoon, the only one they got. And that was just well designed, exactly what you want, side to side, with a screen in front, as Joe Eriksson hops over the bench. Bell just out of his reach. And that was a super important penalty kill for Breck, obviously, to stay in this game. Backhanded attempt goes to the near side corner, centering pass. And then into the path of Kellen Matuszek. He's had a game. Matuszek wheels into the zone and puts on the brakes, tries to feed across. Gets it back and tests Wynn again. And Blake is the one that's coming out buzzing here in the third.
I think they were tired of letting them hang around. I think Coach McClanahan let a little talk about, you just, if you're going to put a team down, get them down, put them under your boot and bury them. And that's exactly what they did coming out here in the start of the third period.
41 shots in this hockey game now as potential 2-on-1 for Breck. Good job getting the stick in the passing lane as that deflects up and out of play. Off that shot. Nice job by James Thornton to be a nuisance. 4-1 our score here early in the third. And
well, we talk a lot, too, about the defense, blocking shots and all that, but I'll tell you what, those sticks are a really important defensive weapon there, and getting it out in the way and blocking passes and knocking shots down with it, big play.
Stick on the ice is what they teach, I think.
Yes.
Rings around to the near side for Kellen Matuszek. Big collision now at center ice. Breck will retreat, forced back into their own zone by Grant Matuszek. Thought a hooking might be called, but none came. The arms stay down, and now the arms are raised. And Blake will go back on the power play with 14:23 left in the third.
I'll give the referee credit there, too, for staying on his skates and keeping his eye on the game there. He got kind of caught up with the fallen player coming into him there, and he did a good job of extricating himself from that situation.
Wesley Robbins, the guilty party, as he absolutely leathered Jack Mark. He left a mark on Jack Mark, and now there's two in the box. Interference at 2:37. So again, back on the power play. A 5-on-4 advantage here. Spinning away from pressure, Bisbee. Bisbee backhands it across for Eriksson. Back up top now with Vinar. Eriksson trades places. Shot hits a man in front, and the rebound is there. Deposited home by Landon Bell. He He's got 2 points in the period, and Blake starting to pull away here on the road.
Boy, that was just an overpowering power play. So they really moved the puck extremely well. Got a good look, got a good shot, got it to the right guy, Landon Bell, and he puts it away.
Well, you just see they trade places, and that heavy shot just was sitting out there, and really Bell was the first one to react.
Yeah, nobody found it.
Nobody found it. Bell was right there, and he knew what to do with it, as he loves to do against Blake, his 5th multi-point game against the Mustangs in his career. Amato walking in, and a nifty footwork, nifty stick work to get free. Another save out front by Offet. And now it's going to be the second penalty of the game on Theo Lidicote. Not to call the kid out, but yeah, Lidicote with the commits another penalty, getting his stick in the skates of.
Well, you always got to have control of that stick, and he kind of let it loose there and got it into the skates, and 9 times out of 10, down they go. Yeah, he's not happy with himself right now.
Yeah, he went for hooking in the second and tripping here as Rob McClanahan looks on. And once again, the power play out there. Breck 0 for 2. So that Blake power play has done its job. Now 90% on the season. And boy, they'd love to get a shorthanded goal for good measure as the Machushek twins are out there. Wreaking havoc and forcing the Mustangs to retreat. Good speed to get into the zone by Cooper Klink. Feeds it down low, goal line extended. That sharp angle shot from Jack Draws goes right back to him. Now it's Klink at the left point. In the center with a screen out in front. Trench put it on net. There's another shot. Offit makes the save, and this time he covers.
Well, Offit's really been good in this game too. You know, we've got him looking at the other goalie, but he has been stand up really good right now.
Oh yeah, shots 3 apiece here in this third period. The difference is that Blake has scored on 2 of them.
Yep.
2 of their 3 shots as Breck wins the draw, trying to patiently work it around. Amato gets it back, walks in, snaps a wrister, that's high. Around to the near side. Klink. It's helped along in the skates of Grussing. Grussing tied up by Thornton. He extricates himself. And then play it down low, but not convincingly. Good zone hold. But Breck not able to get much in terms of shots yet in this period. Amato, or on this power play, I should say, his shot deflected by Thornton. Well, battle the left half wall. And it's finally swept out of the zone. Well done there by James Thornton. 19 seconds left on the tripping minor. Well, it helps in terms of taking penalties if you're Lipicote, because you're a young player trying to learn, as this one could be dangerous. Joe Eriksson skates onto it. Eriksson moving in, and he missed the net. Might have been saved ultimately by Wynn, but at least you know you've got a 91% power play penalty kill at least to maybe bail you out. And that's what's happened tonight.
Yeah.
0 for 3. Breck now is on the with the man advantage. Well, the score is not going to indicate how competitive this game was, as Lippincott tracks it to the end boards, and then is shoved off the puck for Joseph Abrams. Chopped along, and with the 5-1 score, I wonder if you're going to start to see more frustration penalties here, as, yeah, that was just a blocker save made by Wynn. Well done.
Stayed very calm, just a slight movement of that blocker glove, and did a nice job just deflecting it away.
So the faceoff will take place just outside of the Breck zone with 10:54 to go and a 5-1 Bears lead. Barring something unforeseen, Blake will win their 5th straight and improve to 8-4 on the season.
They look really good right now, too. They got everything going for themselves.
Well, if they keep defending like this, certainly that'll help.
Yeah.
As that shot whistles high. Good job by Finn Werner to help it along. Shove from behind, but the hands stay down. Forced out of the zone, and then Robbins whirls it back in and goes off for a change. On the right wing, dropped back. Abrams tries to hit a teammate. Instead, it's intercepted. Thrown on net by Kellen Matuszek, and it's up and out of play. Breck, meanwhile, will probably fall to 2-7 on the season. And it's just, you look at that score, what does that score make you think of, Dan? It's every loss this season, if it ends in a loss tonight, Breck will have allowed 5 or 6 goals.
Yep.
So really is the magic number, 5 is. If they allow 5 or more goals, you're going to have it may sound obvious, but you're going to have a hard time beating anybody.
Exactly.
And this Breck team just does not have enough offensive firepower consistently to outscore teams. Trench tracks it down, goes off the wall to them himself, and then rings it around. Klink over there. And gets knocked down by big James Thornton. Amato on the backhand in the slot, can't get much on the shot.
They're just having trouble pulling the trigger, Joe. And the other part of it is they're not getting shots on net. They've missed so many.
Got a delayed penalty coming up. It'll go on Blake, so Breck trying to get the extra attacker on. And that shot is gobbled up by Fuzz Offet. As we take a look at
it.
The penalty. And I believe it's going to be on Kellen Matuszek.
One too many slashes there.
7:49, the time of the power play as Breck 0 for 3 tonight with the man advantage. And go to work behind the net. Looking and holding, Downing puts it on net, sprawling. Offet covers. And some good applause.
Good look here from the sideboard. Not a really good angle shot. Went off the glove of a D. It kind of changed direction.
Yeah, that was like sort of a speculative, put the puck on net. Hopefully something good happens.
Yeah. Well, at this point, that is the correct procedure to do right now.
Especially on the power play.
Yeah.
Off the draw into the path of Landon Bell's looking for a shorty. Bell moves middle. Wrister off the post. Oh, he wired it. Thought he had his 3rd point of the period.
He's going to be seeing that one in his sleep tonight.
What a chance here. Shorthanded as Eriksson was providing the screen, but that one just hit iron. That would have been sweet. Added a little insult to injury. Shots 5 apiece in the period now as Breck wins the faceoff. Still a minute and a half left on that Matuszak minor. Matuszak minor sounds like some sort of piano key. 5-1 our score as once again Offet sees it clearly, and from that angle with no screen in front, you're going to have a special shot. As Jack Draws tested Offet, but he's smiling. He knows he had it all the way.
He just took his stick and says, "Get out of my face here, dude. I got you. You're covered. Don't worry about it."
Breck has had their share of shots, 27 now unofficially. Make that 28 as Offet gobbles that one up with the glove.
Offet, he's a good-sized goalie, too. He covers a lot of net with just his body, but that glove is dang quick.
Yeah. At least he's having fun.
Well, if you got a 5-1 lead, you'd be having fun too. I don't think the Mustangs agree with that, but what the heck? He's played a good game. I mean, he's kept him off the board.
Werner and Amato on the draw, and Amato winds and fires, and it's out of play. He won the draw, and then he just kind of drifted into that shooter's spot, and ready to rip. Stops the clock with 8:01 left to play this afternoon. Breck, an extended spell down here in the Blake zone. Goal line extended off of Thornton. Amato back up top. Trench's pass along the end boards. Back to Amato. Oh, great cross ice pass there. Great feed by Klink for Grussing. 16 seconds left on the power play as Amato wheels around the zone. Tries to find Trench. He'll trade places. He'll go cross ice to Klink with just no time remaining on the power play. Shot from distance goes wide. 0 for 4 now. The penalty kill for Blake, 4 for 4 this afternoon. That's going to be something that makes Coach McClanahan pleased.
Well, as they're getting ready too, looking at the section they're in, by God, they're going to need to have all these factors in play because that is going to be a hard section to get through.
That's one of those where if you make the semis in that section, you're pretty pleased.
It's almost like the state tournament itself.
Yeah, you know that if you can win in that section, you've got a chance. Shot blocker to side there by Wynn. Amato with speed. Excuse me, that's Grussing, or Downing rather. Bad turnover there, and Offit bails out his defense by blockering that up into the net. Denying Rocco Zoya, who's getting his first extended ice time this afternoon. Team's going deeper into the benches with a 5-1 lead.
I kind of almost had him handcuffed there as he had kind of looked awkward as he was making that save.
Yeah. On the scoreboard anyway, shots 28-25 in favor of Blake, but they lead it where it counts. 5-1 on the scoreboard. Quick shot from Downing, and again, Offet equal to the task. By my count anyway, Breck's got 9 shots in this period, which equals their first period total.
Well, part of this problem too has been, I look at the save percentage that they've had throughout the season, and it's for Breck is .859. That's not very good, and it's not just the goalies though too. I've looked at the quality of shots that Blake's gotten today too, and they've been some humdingers right in the prime spots.
Grade A chances for sure. And Wynn has made some spectacular saves.
He really has.
May have had 1 or 2 that he'd like to have back, but he really kept him in that first period until the end. The 2 pretty back-breaking goals, including that one with 7 seconds left, and that was probably one of the differences. Sharp angle shot. Goes all the way around to the point. Thrown on net, and ultimately from the center circle basically, and ultimately Wynn decides to melt it down.
Wynn's going to have that jersey definitely washed heavily. There's a lot of black marks on it.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive showing by the Blake Bears though. They look fast, they look strong. Yeah,
I wouldn't, call this a vintage Blake team necessarily, given their history, but it's solid and pretty deep, especially those top 2 lines.
Oh, and I look at who they've lost to too: Gentry Academy, Eden Prairie. Some pretty good teams though.
EP was really their only bad loss, I think. And and they've got some battles coming up. They've got some big games coming up. Breck will travel next Tuesday to Providence Academy in what should be a good game. And Blake, meanwhile, will face Providence as well in a couple games. But next one is St. Paul Academy as they get a 6th one, and it's Joe Erickson. He's already got a couple assists tonight. Now he's got a goal. 6-1 Bears. Another greasy goal. This one an even strength tally. Erickson off the draw, just crashed the net. And once again, Landon Bell was involved. Eli Crosby gets a secondary assist. Time of the goal, 12:20, as Erickson, or Bell rather, just picking up the points now. He's assisted or scored the last 3 Blake goals, all here in the 3rd period, and now he's got his 2nd penalty of the game to boot.
Oh, cross check there. Gonna spend some time in the sin bin.
3rd penalty taken of this period. 3rd penalty of this period taken by the Bears. Cross-checking at 11:40. 6-1 our score. What's the Gordie Howe hat trick, right? A penalty, a fight, and he hasn't had a fight, thankfully, but he has taken a couple penalties, scored a goal, assisted twice. It's just remarkable numbers now. 5 goals and 11 assists in 5 career games against Breck for Landon Bell.
Otherwise known as the Mustang Tamer.
Right, exactly.
Good job by that young man right there, too. He's had a good game. Been very solid, very calm, plays his angles really well. His size really helps him a lot, too.
Yeah. And like you said, he's got a quick glove. It's not just a big body in there. Well-worked shot there, but goes wide for Jack Draws. Goal line extended now. This is Amato. Fires it across, and once again, Offet makes the save, and now, oh boy.
Oh.
And Offet with a 2-hand shove to a Breck player after he felt he would have been hassled a little too much. Jack Draws, mixing it up. As we take a look at all the things that happened, Amato, great pass across, and then Draws.
Oh.
I think the netminder took exception to Draws.
He did.
Poking at his stomach and whatnot, and Draws, sure enough, is going to get, I believe, goaltender interference.
Well, Draws on the way down took a shot at the goalie. Kind of smacked him in the mask with his fist.
That would upset you as well.
He's lucky he didn't get the blocker instead of the catching glove. I'll tell you, that blocker is no fun to get hit with. Oh, he got a misconduct, I think.
So, well, we have a couple players from Blake serving the Offet penalty, but I believe it's just going to be, well, we'll get it all sorted out. 1:16. Oh, there was already a power play going on. So coincidental minors, 1:12 left. Through traffic, Offet makes another save. They thought about the wraparound instead of work it near side. 3:20 left. Goal line extended now. Carrying, drop back, walking in, and a glove save made by Offet again. Shots are soaring now for Breck here on this power play. By my count, they're up to 12 in the period.
Well, they've done the right thing. They've put the rubber on the net, but nothing has gone in.
Offet has to be pleased about this because this is padding his save percentage. Something fierce. They come in off the wall. There's a shot. They score!
You jinxed him.
Breck takes care of things on the power play, and it's Rocco Zoya with his first of the season. He's got an assist, and now he's got a goal. The junior defenseman now with the first power play goal of the night for Breck. You figured eventually Blake's penalties would come back to bite him.
Yeah.
And sure enough, a sprawling Offet. Yeah, as soon as I said he's padding his save percentage, Zoya lights the lamp for the Mustangs.
Scoring for Mustangs, number 16, Rocco Zoya on the power play. Assisted by the 14th Van Horn.
Now is where you're going to get the pleasantries.
14 minutes. Zoya.
Time of the goal, 14 minutes.
Power play goal at 14 minutes.
I'm almost positive this is if it's not the Wild PA announcer, it sounds just like him. It's remarkable.
Well, the guy's good. He's got a good voice, and he inflects well.
Yeah, you never have to wonder who got the assist. And that one from distance.
Saw it all the way.
All right, it is confirmed. Breck has the Wild power play, the PA guy, because he doesn't get enough hockey talking. So.
Oh my gosh!
That's
really?
pretty cool.
Wow, that is cool.
I knew I detected. I was like, that sounds. I mean, like a slightly toned down Wild PA announcer, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am working with a Wonder Man here. He's just got it down. He does hockey all the time, and he recognized that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
Get a good look at him.
Adam Abrams, he is the man who does the Wild PA and does Breck as well. So it's fun. 6-2 our score with just a couple minutes left to play. Bill Hupp, Dan Ficken, director Brian Nelson, and our entire wonderful CCX crew here on a Saturday afternoon. Amato into the zone through traffic. He's nifty. I like Amato. He's a fun. I mean, there's a reason he's 2 points shy of 100 for his career. He's a fun little player, talented.
Wasn't to be today, though.
No.
The Bears have really put a show on. I'm impressed with this hockey team.
Yeah, they've played well as Amato flips it ahead, trying to get Trench. Slams on the brakes, watches a couple Bears go by. Sharp angle shot, misses wide. Now it's all over but the shouting at this point. Like you said, Breck going to fall to 2-7 as Amato lights the lamp. Not quite getting to that 100-point mark. He's now 1 point shy for his career. But Amato beats Offet. The goals are flowing here in the third period.
Well, as soon as you mention it, by God, here he is, pops up, does a nice job splitting the D there. What a great move here. Watch him now get inside, get his head up, and he finds that upper left-hand corner. Just rips it big time. Nice goal.
I'll tell you what, it'd be a lot of fun to have the Wild PA guy announce your goal in that way. So 6-3 now. Fifth goal of the third period after we entered with a 3-1 score in favor of Blake. Blake, as we said, will win their fifth straight and improve to 8-4, trying to leave that 2-24 season from last year a distant memory for Rob McClanahan in his sixth season in charge. Amato into the zone. Blocker save again. Open net on the wide side for Van Horn, but he missed it. Just playing out the string now with 30 seconds remaining. Empty net for the Mustangs. Well, nope, there's still a goalie out there. As the horn sounds, and that'll do it here in Golden Valley. Blake comes on the road. They take a 3-1 lead into the third, add 2 more. 3 straight goals to make it 6-1 before Breck got a couple back, but Dan Ficken, the Blake Bears looked very impressive defensively, but this game very entertaining. No shortage of shots, 32 apiece for each team in the end.
It was really up and down. If you look at the score tomorrow, you won't. I mean, it does not define how this game was. It was actually a pretty close game all the way through. Just a couple good breaks by the Bears, and they put the puck in the net. But entertaining game. Both teams skating very hard and very fast. But Blake just found the back of the net.
Yep, they found it sooner and more often, and Fuzz Offet played well, gave up 2 late goals, but that doesn't diminish what a fine performance he had in between the pipes for the Bears, who were led offensively by Grant Matuszak, who had a goal and an assist, and of course Landon Bell in the third period with a goal and 2 assists as well, as he continues to be a Mustang Wrangler, as you so eloquently put it. Of course, these 2 teams will meet at Blake here shortly in a couple weeks. Tuesday, January 14th will be the rematch of this home-and-home series. But in game number 1 here from the Anderson Family Ice Arena in Golden Valley, the final score, Blake 6, Breck 3. Thanks for watching this exclusive presentation of high school boys hockey on CCX.